Hi there, welcome to QuickSchools. In this video, we'll be going over the subject-based attendance. Let's first look at what the teacher will see when they have everything set up properly. So if you go into attendance and you click on subject attendance, this is what you will see. This is Miss Knows a Lot, and she teaches a few subjects. You'll notice that in this particular window, it's grayed out. This means that Miss Knows a Lot is not teaching anything on this day, on Tuesday. If you go back to a previous day, Monday, you'll see that I can click on Start Taking Attendance. If I click this, I will see all the subjects that I teach that day separated by period. So here we have period 2, and within period 2 we have math 2nd grade. And I can go ahead and mark students as absent, tardy, and I can also put in remarks. Parents were late today. So this is your basic attendance. You can click on individual student records to see the attendance. When you mouse over the periods, you'll see who recorded it, as well as any comments they were put in. So here are my comments that I put in. Parents were late today. Okay. The first thing you have to do to get the attendance working is to go to the features page, and if you haven't already turned on the attendance module by clicking on the checkbox, you can go ahead and click on configure, and this will give you some options on how to configure the attendance module. So here, as we mentioned before, we have the global attendance taker. You can add people to this list, and that person will have the change button that will allow them to take attendance on behalf of any teacher within your school. If you have subject-based attendance, you will need to click on this checkbox that says we take attendance multiple times per day, and you will need to set someone to configure the subjects for the different periods. So here I've set myself. Once this is done, click on save, and when you go to attendance, there is a submenu called Attendance Settings. We'll get back to this screen in a minute, but before we can configure attendance, what you first need to do is configure subjects. So if you go to subjects, we have subject setup, and if you configure yourself as a global person to set up subjects, you can click on any of the teachers in your school. If I click Know It All, I'm going to add some students in 3rd grade, say English, add subject. I'm going to pick Miss Knows a Lot. Looks like she teaches math in 3rd grade, and maybe science in 3rd grade. And let's see what else we have. Principal, doesn't teach anything, and myself, computers. So maybe I will teach computers in the 3rd grade as well. So now that we've set up subjects, we need to set up the enrollments. Okay. I have to make sure that all the correct students are enrolled in my classes. So here I have these students. If I need to change them, I should go ahead and change them here. Click Save. Likewise for all the other teachers. Here's English, and Miss Knows a Lot, Math and Science. So once you're satisfied with this, we should look at the report that we have that shows you how the students have been set up. So if you go to the next page, there's a report called Subject Enrollment Summary. If I click it by grade, I have here a list of students a list of subjects that are being taught by all different teachers for a particular grade. Alright. So once we're done with our subjects, now we're ready to go back to the attendance settings, and we can configure the attendance for the grade. So let's say we have here D, P, and S. It's described here. D is for daily attendance, P is for period-based attendance taken by a homeroom teacher, S is for subject-based attendance taken by the subject teachers. So we set up some third grade subjects just now. Click on S for subject-based. You'll see here that by default it sets up one period per day. I click on configure. So you'll see you can go ahead and put in some numbers here. Say 2 periods on Monday, 3 periods on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and 2 on Friday. So now we've set up the number of periods. The next thing to do is to define what subjects are being taught on that period. So if I click here, there are a list of third grade subjects being taught. I can say math is being taught here. Save. I'm done. English. Save. I may have multiple subjects being taught in the same period. If your classes are being split up, so you feel free to do that as well. So let's say computers and science. Computers, English, and say math. Save. Okay, and then we're done. There is one last thing you should know about our attendance module, which is our attendance reports. So if you click on reports, and if you've configured access to specific individuals, they'll have access to these reports as well. We have 2 reports here under attendance. One is the multi-period attendance configuration, and this just shows for all your grades what subjects are being taught for the individual periods and the different days. So that's a simple report. We also have this attendance summary, and this just shows you all the attendance taken for a specified duration. You can go by a specific grade. You can also change the format. Here we have a summary. We also have a detail by period. And these are the reports. So now for a quick recap, to configure attendance, you start with the features page. You click on configure for attendance and make sure these are all set properly. The second step is to set up the subjects. Set up all the subjects for all the various teachers. Make sure all the students are enrolled in the correct subjects, and you can use the report, which is still here, to verify that everyone is set up properly. Step 3, go back to the attendance setting page. You set the grade for S for subject base. Click on configure, and you make sure that you've set up the appropriate number of periods and the correct subject for each period. Finally, we have some reports that you can look at to make sure it's configured properly and that attendance is being taken. And if all is set properly, when your teacher logs in, all they have to do is click start taking attendance, and all the subjects that they teach will appear under the various periods. Click on start taking, click on take attendance, and mark each student accordingly. And that is all. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us via the live chat window or email us at support@quickschools.com. Thank you and have a great day.